Happy Wednesday, everyone. I am so excited to be here today to share with you some very special books, and I'll be back to let you know what they are. Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some books about virtue and some of our poetry books that we are using. And we have a variety that we use, and we do not go through each one, but we find different ones that are appropriate or ones that we would love to share together, either in our morning basket or during poetry tea time. So the first book I want to share with you is called A Treasure of Virtues, Courage, Love, and Honesty. And I got this book used, and it's absolutely fabulous. I love the stories it tells, and I love to be able to read this with my little one. It's also good with my daughter. We read several, but I just love the concept, the stories, the meaning, and what they get out of it and how we learn to apply it to our life. So this is one of the Treasures of Virtues, and this is really good. There is 20 stories to grow on. So that is the first one on virtues. And then we have this one, The Children's Book of Virtues by William J. Bennett. And this one is set up pretty much the same way. It goes through and it gives you a story, and then it tells you the concept of what you learn from each one and what virtue can we gain. Virtues are so important, and it's so important to instill great virtues in our children so that they can grow to be adults who are kind and considerate and thoughtful and generous and forgiving, and just be able to cope with things in life when they come along that aren't always easy. But when they remember the stories that they learned, and they remember the trusting and the virtue they learned, it makes it a whole lot easier. I love this one, The Lion and the Mouse. And the lion thought, what can a little old mouse do for me? It's the same way we think about people. They're just little. How could they really help us? There are so many wonderful things children can teach us. So I really love the stories in this one also. The next couple books are A Child's Garden of Verses. And this is by Robert Louis Stevenson. And I have a few of these. These I did, I think I got all of these used, but these are so great to my mother, to my auntie, to my Mimi, Willie. And this is the gardener. This is the flowers. And it just has some beautiful verses in here. And great for poetry tea time when we are doing oral narrations. Some of these my son can do. And of course, it's fun for us to remember them and be able to do an oral narration. The wintertime one is such a beautiful, beautiful verse and story to learn. So these are great. The pictures and the illustrations are wonderful. And these add so much joy to our home. So we really enjoy these. Perfect for poetry tea time too. Anytime morning basket, any time of the day, they're amazing. And this is another Child's Garden of Verses. And this is a classic illustration edition. And this is also by Robert Louis Stevens. And it just has different ones in here. And I like having a variety to choose from because, like I said, with being different and adding and seasons you might want to change, or maybe something you want to talk about or something you want to cover. And it just seems when you have a variety, it's wonderful to be able to choose which one you want to read to your children. What one today? The Looking Glass River. There's so many things to learn. Books can take you anywhere, and verses are amazing to learn. And I like this one, The Land of Nod. Very beautiful story. So that is that book. The next one are, I think the next ones I'm going to share with you are going to be poetry books. And these are animals. And look at the bright page there. And these just cover all the different animals. So if you want to talk about a rhinoceros, or if you want to talk about a snail, or a dragonfly, or a frog, there are so many different ones. A galloping pony. And we're talking about a lot of different animals right now. And we're studying the eagle. So this one was wonderful to share. And they're very short and small. Wonderful to start with for oral narrations. Start with something small. The porcupine. Just some great ones in here. So this is one of them that we have. Another one, and I'm only showing you a small group, but just ones we're going to try to focus on for this part of the year, and possibly through till the end, but we may add in a few here and there for winter or seasons or holidays. So this is Outside Your Window, a first book of nature. And this book is beautiful. I remember when I bought this, and it has a different season, spring. It's got spring, summer, autumn, and winter. When I got this book, I thought these were the most beautiful illustrations, and I absolutely love all of them. There's not one that I like more than one. This is about moss, and it just goes through, and I like it because it enters in the different seasons, which are nice to have. The tide pool, the pond dipping, honey and flowers. Reminds me of time past because now we're into the fall season. But just absolutely beautiful illustrations. This book you cannot go wrong with. And one of my favorites, let me show you the picture, because we were just studying birds and their nest and what they do. I like the tadpoles in this one, but I want to share with you one of my favorite ones with the birds in it. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love nesting. This is one of my favorite. If I had a favorite, this would probably be it. And I just like the way the birds are and how they're building the nest, and just the illustration in here and the beautiful eggs inside the nest, and just what family is about. I guess that's why I like this, Outside Your Window. The next one is also as beautiful. Sing a Song of Seasons, a nature poem for each day of the year. So we go through here, and you find your day, you find the month, and we are, we're gone through June, and now we're into September. We're going towards the end and getting ready to head into October. So today, the beautiful poem, here's for the 1st of October, and it's called The Leaves Are Green, and then it has a second, and it just goes through, and like I said, illustrations are beautiful. If you do not have this book, wonderful to add to your library. The Road Not Taken, beautiful poem. And then all the autumn leaves and the greetings from fall time. So another wonderful Sing a Song of Seasons. The last one that I want to share with you is a child's book of poems, and it is such a fun illustrated book. This, as you see, was $2.49. I got it for half off, and it's absolutely in perfect shape. Some pictures in here are in color, some are in black and white, but absolutely beautiful illustrations, wonderful poetry. Here's another one about the eagle. And we are finishing a unit study through Gather Round about the bald eagle. So this was perfect and beautiful. So there's just several different ones. And these are so wonderful. If you want to do your poetry tea time on Fridays, Fridays are a perfect day to really dive into your poetry, get your poems going, your virtues, all of the children's verses. They're wonderful. Those were more for my little boy who is a kindergartner. These are more for my 9th grader. This is a nature poem for every day of the year. And it goes through the same setup. And every day it gives you a new poem Now, this one is not full of pictures or anything, but the poems in it are wonderful. They have some beautiful ones. Summer Vacation, it just goes through. They may have one, I think, like this at the beginning of each month, but throughout, there is no pictures involved in this one. Like I said, I think it starts each month with a pretty picture done basically in greens, tones, and earth tones. But outside of that, they're only at the beginning of each month. So this one is really nice. A nature poem for every day of the year. So that one. And this is by Jane Hunter. The next one we're using from Charlotte Mason is Enjoying the Poems, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. And Ava is using these, and these are going to be used for oral narration. And just because we want to share some beautiful poems, and these we chose for this year, we chose this poet. And, excuse me, this has some really great, oh, Christmas bells is in here. How wonderful. The Lighthouse. Just so many wonderful. The Secret of the Sea. So many great ones for her to do oral narrations about. It's great for, any of these are wonderful for copy work. That's another thing that we do with our poems. And it helps us to remember them and to just build our writing skills and become creative. And then also, if you want to do a report on one, you can express your thoughts and feelings and how that poem made you feel. This one is poetry for young people, and it's American poetry. And I love this because this one was a used book. It was $1.99. I got it for $1. And I love this because it's from American poets, and we are doing American history. So this is perfect to go along with what we're using for Ava. And they have some fun pictures. And this one is about a bald eagle also. And he is doing a drawing and a painting, and he's looking up and observing the eagle. So really some great, there is a Statue of Liberty. Just some really wonderful things to see and to read about America. So we are enjoying this one. The last one I'm going to share with you is called The Poetry of the U.S. And there are more than 200 poems that celebrate people, places, and passion of the United States. And this is by National Geographic. I do have the other two that are out by them. But this one is just absolutely gorgeous. All the photos are in here are beautiful. Just detailed, I am more. And it just goes through the last tough territories. It just goes through the Hawk Shadow, traffic jams, Los Angeles. It talks about all different places in the United States, and it's just wonderful. Backyard barbecues. Yum, yum. So this one, like I said, is one that we're reading with my 9th grader. Absolutely beautiful. Wonderful for poetry tea time. Wonderful for morning basket. Great for oral narrations. And just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful illustrations. I just absolutely love this book. I think it's fantastic. And it gives you like different areas like southeast. It gives you northwest. There's many different Niagara Falls. So beautiful. So this is one we're truly enjoying. And it is just gorgeous. So, excuse me. I went to the ears, nose, and throat specialist today because my allergies have been so bad. So I apologize again. I've had to do that with a couple videos I made. So I apologize for having to clear my throat and just with the problems with allergies that I'm having. But these are some really, really fun books. I am glad that we have the collection we have. We have several more, but these are the ones we chose. Morning Basket, Poetry Tea Time, Oral Narrations. These are absolutely beautiful. And to build such virtues within ourselves and to give ourselves, to create the person and kind of be the potter with the clay and form what the Lord has given us to share, to make us more like him by the beauty that we see around us. So thank you so much for going through these with me. I hope you've enjoyed them. Any questions about any of them, please feel free to ask. If I didn't answer any questions or name the poet, feel free to ask that also. If you like this, give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and go ahead and hit that notification bell so you'll know when I'm making my next video. And thank you so much for sharing part of your Wednesday with me. And remember, we're on hump day. We're halfway through. And you have a blessed, beautiful rest of the week. Bye-bye now.